On August 9, 2025, the world of British television and film lost a gentle giant whose warm voice and understated talent left an indelible mark on generations. Ray Brooks, the beloved actor and narrator best known as the voice of the iconic children's show Mr. Benn, passed away at the age of 86 in his home in Brighton, England, surrounded by his loving family. His death, caused by complications from dementia following a brief illness, marked the end of a remarkable 5-decade career that spanned gritty dramas, beloved soaps, and the magical world of a bowler-hatted everyman. Born in Brighton, Ray's journey was one of quiet resilience, from a working-class lad to a versatile performer whose voice became a comforting presence in homes across the UK. A devoted husband to Sadie, a father of 3, and a lifelong fan of Fulham Football Club, Ray shunned the limelight but left a legacy that resonates deeply. Today, we celebrate Ray Brooks's extraordinary life, his cause of death, age, family, net worth, lifestyle, and biography, a story of a man whose warmth and talent brought joy and meaning to countless lives. Raymond Michael Brooks was born on April 20, 1939, in Brighton, a seaside town in Sussex, England, where the salty air and vibrant community shaped his early years. The son of a dockworker and a homemaker, Ray grew up in a modest household where storytelling was a cherished pastime. His parents encouraged his imagination, and young Ray found solace in local cinema, watching the flickering images of post-war films that sparked his love for performance. At Brighton Grammar School, he excelled in English and drama, often mimicking radio voices to entertain classmates. Money was tight, and Ray worked odd jobs, delivering newspapers, helping at the docks to support his family. His early ambition was to act, but with no clear path, he took a practical route, studying at a local technical college before national service in the Royal Air Force, where he served as a clerk in the late 1950s. It was during this time that he joined an amateur dramatics group, honing his craft in small productions. Those humble beginnings in Brighton laid the foundation for a career that would see him shine on screens big and small, his voice and presence a beacon of authenticity. Ray's acting career began in the early 1960s, a time when British television was blossoming with new voices and stories. His first roles were small but memorable, appearing in films like HMS Defiant and Play It Cool in 1962, where his boyish charm and natural delivery caught directors' eyes. He landed a recurring role as Norman Phillips in the ITV soap Coronation Street in 1963 and 1964, playing a roguish but lovable character in 10 episodes. The role brought him early recognition, and he soon became a familiar face in cult TV series. He appeared in The Avengers as a slick villain, Danger Man as a conflicted spy, and Randall and Hopkirk Deceased as a ghostly accomplice, showcasing his versatility. In 1965, Ray's career soared when he starred as Tolan, a confident womanizer, in Richard Lester's The Knack, and How to Get It, a swinging London comedy that won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. Alongside Rita Tushingham and Michael Crawford, Ray's performance captured the era's rebellious spirit, earning him critical praise. The following year, he played David Campbell in The Doctor Who filmed Daleks' Invasion Earth 2150 AD, a role that endeared him to sci-fi fans. But it was his role as Reg Ward in the 1966 BBC teleplay Cathy Come Home that cemented his legacy. Directed by Ken Loach, the gritty drama about homelessness and poverty struck a chord, becoming one of British TV's most influential works. Ray's understated performance as a struggling husband was heartbreaking, and decades later, he told Sussex Life, "I was naive, thinking casting directors would come running. But that role stayed with people." Those early years established Ray as a quiet force in British entertainment, blending charm with emotional depth. The 1970s brought Ray his most enduring role, the voice of Mr. Benn, the beloved children's series created by David McKee. From 1971 to 1972, Ray narrated and voiced the titular character, a bowler-hatted office worker who embarked on magical adventures through a costume shop, uttering the catchphrase, as if by magic. His sons, Will and Tom, later told the BBC that fans would stop Ray in the street, asking him to say the iconic line, a request he always obliged with a smile. Though only 13 episodes were made, they were repeated twice a year for 21 years, embedding Ray's warm, familiar voice in the hearts of generations. He also narrated King Rollo in 1980, another McKee creation, and read stories on Jackanory, delighting children with his storytelling. His voiceover work extended to commercials for Guinness, Marmite, and Whiskas, where his soothing tone became a hallmark of British advertising. Ray's film roles continued with appearances in Carry On Abroad as an oversexed waiter, The Flesh and Blood Show, and House of Whipcord, showcasing his range in comedy and horror. In the 1980s, he starred as Robbie Box in the BBC dramedy Big Deal, playing a small-time poker gambler whose life mirrored Ray's own grounded nature. The series ran from 1984 to 1986, earning him a new wave of fans. Ray's ability to shift from gritty dramas to children's tales and back again made him a unique figure in British television, his career a tapestry of diverse roles. By the 2000s, Ray returned to soap operas, joining EastEnders in 2005 as Joe Macer, a complex character who married the iconic Pauline Fowler, played by Wendy Richard. His storyline took a dramatic turn when Joe killed Pauline with a frying pan in a heated Christmas 2006 episode, collapsing in the snowy Albert Square. Ray's portrayal was chilling yet sympathetic, and his exit in January 2007, when Joe fell from a window after confessing, left audiences stunned. He later told the Daily Mirror in 2010, "EastEnders was scruffy but brilliant fun." Other roles included 2,000 Acres of Sky in 2002, Growing Pains as a foster parent, and radio work, notably as Detective Sergeant Brooke in BBC Radio's detective series from 1980 to 1985. Ray also voiced announcements for London's tramlink system and starred in stage productions like C.P. Taylor's and A Nightingale Sang in Tom Stoppard's On the Razzle. His career, spanning over 80 credits, was marked by a quiet professionalism. In a 2017 Guardian interview about Mr. Benn, he said, "I never chased fame. I just wanted to tell stories that mattered." His voice, both literal and artistic, became a comforting presence, a bridge between post-war Britain and modern audiences. Ray's personal life was the heart of his story. In 1963, he married Sadie Ilcombe, his lifelong partner, in a modest ceremony at a Willesden registry office while filming Girl on a Roof. Wearing a suit borrowed from the BBC, Ray's commitment to Sadie was unwavering. They had 3 children, Will, Tom, and Emma, who became his pride and joy. Tragically, Emma passed away in 2003, a loss that deeply affected Ray and Sadie. In a statement to the BBC, Will and Tom shared, "Dad's 3 true loves were family, Fulham Football Club, and Brighton." Ray was a devoted father, often taking his children to Brighton's pebbled beaches, where he'd share stories of his childhood. His sons described him as a private man who shunned the limelight, preferring quiet evenings with Sadie over glitzy premieres. His love for Fulham FC was legendary. He rarely missed a match, cheering from the stands or listening on the radio. Sadie, a constant presence, supported Ray through every role, and their 62-year marriage was a testament to their bond. Ray's grandchildren brought him joy in later years, and he delighted in reading Mr. Benn stories to them, his voice bringing the shopkeeper to life once more. Ray's lifestyle was as unassuming as his personality. His net worth, estimated at $1.5 million in 2025, came from his acting, voiceover work, and residuals from Mr. Benn and EastEnders. He and Sadie lived in a modest Brighton home, filled with mementos, a Mr. Benn figurine, a signed Cathy Come Home script, and photos from his Coronation Street days. Ray loved simple pleasures, walks along the Brighton seafront, fish and chips at his favorite local spot, and watching old films with Sadie. A passionate gardener, he tended roses in their backyard, finding peace in the soil. He was a regular at local pubs, where he'd share stories with fans, always gracious. Ray supported charities like Crisis, inspired by Cathy Come Home, and performed at community theater events. In his later years, he embraced technology, posting on social media about Brighton and Fulham FC, connecting with fans who cherished his Mr. Benn legacy. Despite his dementia diagnosis in 2021, Ray remained engaged, his humor intact, as he shared memories with Will and Tom. Ray's final years were marked by grace in the face of decline. Diagnosed with dementia, he faced memory loss and mobility issues, yet his spirit remained strong. Supported by Sadie and his sons, he spent his days in Brighton, surrounded by familiar sights. A brief illness in early 2025, possibly a respiratory infection, compounded his condition, and on August 9, 2025, he passed peacefully at home at 86, as confirmed by his family to the BBC. Tributes poured in. EastEnders castmate Wendy Richards' estate called him a true professional, while fans on X shared Mr. Benn clips, one writing, "Ray's voice was my childhood." His son's statement read, "Dad passed with family by his side, his legacy in every, as if by magic, moment." Survived by Sadie, Will, and Tom, Ray's impact endures in Mr. Benn, Cathy Come Home, and the hearts he touched. His $1.5 million net worth pales beside his influence, a voice that comforted millions, a career that shaped British TV. If Ray Brooks's story of warmth, talent, and humility has moved you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep his magic alive, a gentle voice for all time. Thank you for joining us in celebrating Ray Brooks's extraordinary life. Until next time, may his stories inspire you.